Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Good, because we're starting. That's how this works. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Oops All Tangents. We're not going to actually have a conversation about this, but I feel like I have to acknowledge that the world ended since the last episode. Because if you're listening to this chronologically, we recorded our last one in January, and it is now August of 2020 because we recorded so many that we just let them run for several months.
They all remember what
and now
happened.
We're here. That's pretty much it. I don't feel like we need to go into detail about it. Everyone knows what's going on. I just wanted to throw that out there so that anybody listening understands where we are in time right now. On a more interesting note, do you guys remember Frito Pie?
Wow.
The concept of Frito Pie?
That's what I'm starting with. Yes.
Ooh, fun story.
I made Frito Pie.
I got reminded of this earlier today, and I was just like, wow, it was just like this straight-up Depression-era food that our schools served us.
It's so good.
Actually
Frito
just
Pie
like
is amazing.
And chips on a platter that they would hand us out of like a little prison window. At least that's how it worked at my school.
It's definitely Depression-era food, though, right? Like, it has to be.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those, like, this is what's in the pantry. Let's mix it in the bowl and give it to the children.
That's the best kind of food, is just a bowl full of just whatever the hell you got, though.
It's not.
It's always been my favorite kind of food.
It's not the best kind of food, though.
It is.
Have you guys never done, like, gas station Frito Pie?
We need to give Matt that
Did
look.
you just make
Gas
Frito Pie
station.
worse?
Frito Pie.
No,
Talking
like,
about
you
Gordon
go,
Ramsay's version?
you go to the gas station, you get, like, hot Cheetos or Fritos if you want to, but hot Cheetos strictly better. You open the bag and you pay the whatever 25 cents for a cheese squirt from the cheese machine and 25 cents for a chili squirt from the chili machine, and there you go. You have Frito Pie in a self-contained bag that you eat with a fork.
Sounds horrific.
I do remember Frito Pie being, like, an exceptionally amazing dish that you could have at my middle school on a very rare occasion.
It is good.
I'm kind of curious about what your people's like school lunches experiences were.
Well,
because I've heard vastly different ones, and I had three drastically different ones at different schools that I went to. Also,
I hate hearing about your school and how amazing it was.
That was only
I
one
hate
of the
hearing
schools.
about it. So my private Christian school, we had really, really crappy food, and then this one kid whose mom was like a super health nut decided that she was really upset at the quality of food that we were being given, and the school was like, well, we don't have money to change that. So she's like, how is this? I'm going to get a bunch of moms. We're going to volunteer to just cook food because these are our own children. And then for the rest of the time that I was there, she actually just showed up and cooked food like a lunch lady with a bunch of moms who volunteered to do it. We had like whole home-cooked meals every time we went to lunch. That was pretty rad. And then we would get that crappy pizza on Fridays. Yeah, no, it actually happened. I mean, it was a small school. In our class, there were only 40 kids, so.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it was crazy.
I have no complaints about the Vista Ridge food.
yeah, no, that's the one Allison was referencing.
All of my complaints are about the Vista Ridge beverage economy.
You don't get to have complaints about Vista Ridge.
At some point, Vista Ridge thought they were too good for the little milk cartons, and the only option was these weird, various different colored beverages that came out of a spout. And they literally, I believe they even stopped just putting the labels on. I don't even think they cared anymore. But like, there was the blue one that I swear congealed if you put salt in it. Like, it was just the slightest like chemical imbalance, and it just reverted to jelly. And then sometimes a green one that was decent, and then the red one that stained everything. What was wrong with the little milk cartons, Vista Ridge? We had them for 2 years, and then only this weird fountain beverage that nobody liked.
I guess we're just not worrying about saying our school name on our on our
There are
anymore.
how many Vista Ridges are there in the world?
It'd be pretty easy to triangulate which one is ours, considering most people know exactly where we live.
Let's not talk about it, though.
You're not still there.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's been long enough now. I don't think it matters too much.
I can't even believe you had
anymore.
multiple drink preferences. I think you listed like 3 colors, but we used to have to fight over each other for who was going to get like the last chicken strips. At my school, because if you had sea lunch, you were the last people to go get lunch, and chicken strips were the best thing we had. So, that's all. That's all I really have to say on that. compared to your different colored drink assortment at Vista Ridge?
They were all awful.
Well, there were options, weren't there?
Well, they got rid of the milk option. The milk option was the best option.
Oh, that reminds me that in middle school we used to have milk chugging contests.
I mean, yeah.
Did you guys have milk chugging contests?
I didn't personally, but that was definitely like a national pastime.
Did you guys do just like disgusting things with your food in middle school?
Of course.
I was never the one that did it. I watched other people. I watched you and Matt do it. Like
Okay.
you were those kids that I observed doing stuff.
No, we definitely. I mean, like we used to like empty ketchup packets into people's chairs and watch them sit in it. We did that kind of stuff. Or like when our friends weren't looking, we would pour like a whole like little packet of salt in their milk. Those were the best times, man.
Yeah, there's a thing among my friends group called the Beefy Spicy Porker Award, where it would be a award given to whoever ate the most disgusting thing at any given time. And it was, like the crown would be passed by who most recently ate the most disgusting thing. So it was a fun little competition.
Yeah, no, we did that kind of stuff all the time. I would regularly like compete with my best friend at the time, and we did a milk chugging contest, and we had to concede on the winner because I drank the most milk, but she drank the milk the fastest. So
you guys didn't pick the victory condition at the beginning?
we just described it as let's do a milk chugging contest, but we didn't actually establish rules or anything about it. So, however, we did both vomit, so we could equally be disqualified. There weren't rules, unfortunately.
All that sort of stuff happened at like different summer camps that I went to or worked at. Let me tell you, if there is Tabasco,
you worked at a summer camp?
I worked at a summer camp.
Oh my goodness.
If there's Tabasco on a table, you better believe children are going to try to chug as much of it as possible.
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
Like, absolutely guarantee that's going to happen.
God, it's
and
the
like,
best.
I remember going to a youth camp once. This is a youth camp. I was like freshman year of high school when I went to this, and like for some reason, like dinner one night was just 1,000,000 McDoubles. Like somebody literally bought 1,000,000 McDoubles, and you walked through the line and just picked up 2 McDoubles, like still wrapped, right?
Wow.
And for some reason, because we're high school guys, everyone decided like the game is to see who can eat an entire McDouble in a bite.
What? Could anyone do it?
The youth pastor could.
Wow, cool guy youth pastor though.
I know, he was such a cool guy, man.
That would be really cool actually. The chugging Tabasco thing bothers me because I don't trust people who are willing to chug Tabasco to not like lip the top of it. Like just like put it to their mouth. Like
this is actually a weird thing for me. I hate like nozzles on things. Like I can't deal with. I can't do the water bottles with like the thing that you're supposed to like suck it out of.
Well, they get disgusting if it's reusable. If it's a reusable nozzle, it gets disgusting in like
I don't even like them if they're new.
Like
if they're fresh, I can't.
I call them water bottle nipples.
Are you talking about the sports tops?
Yeah,
the little
anything like that. Anything you have to surround with your lips, I don't like.
Those are the best.
I have to.
It's the best way to drink.
My mouth does not touch the container most of the time when I'm drinking things. So just pour it in like a sports commercial.
I think Ozarka has perfected the water bottle. Because they don't have that weird like sports top thing. They just have like a cap, and you flip the cap, and it's like a nozzle, but it's not like there's nothing holding the water back. It's essentially just a spout.
Oh yeah. That's a little bit better. That's definitely like a sort of.
And then you just
a compromise.
Put the cap back on the spout. You just have like a spout and a cover for the spout. And that's way better.
I like having to like work for my water a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I used
put
to
in a little bit of lip effort to get the water.
I used to enjoy like creating negative pressure in like the nipple water bottles, and then like letting it suck my tongue into the nipple, so it like hurt a little bit. Dude, and I'd be like,
I don't know if you guys like just speaking about our
pastime of kings,
like our childhood and weird shit we did. This reminded me. Did you guys ever used to get a straw at a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Straw in your mouth and suck on it, and then bend it, and then put the other side on your forehead, and then you could keep it there
on your forehead.
Yeah, so it looked like you were sucking your brains out because you would have a straw.
No,
you bend it.
I've done done the spoon on the nose thing.
Oh, that's basic though. No, the brain suck. You get a straw and you bend it in 2 parts so that it connects to your forehead, and then you suck on it through your mouth, and then it stays because of the sucking And you just
No,
was like a cool, rad kid that everybody.
No,
wants
yeah,
to
that
be
does sound
'cause-
like a cool time.
Yeah, 100%. I can't believe none of you guys have done that.
Can't believe
Never.
either. I would have had so much more fun as a kid if I'd done something.
Clearly.
Maybe my parents just let me misbehave like it publicly for some reason.
Again, I watched other kids do this stuff all the time. I never
Okay,
really
so
did
you've seen it.
myself. I haven't seen that specific thing.
Oh my god.
We definitely had the one kid that, like, like in elementary school. So, okay, the worst school cafeteria I was in Dripping Springs, Texas.
Yeah,
I
of course.
lived there back before anything was in Dripping Springs, Texas. I think there still isn't anything there, but there was even less. There was even more nothing in Dripping Springs when I lived there.
Yeah.
And the one school that was there that I went to was like, I can like my like flowery child memory of the cafeteria looks like a prison cafeteria, so I cannot even imagine what it actually looks like. And it was like the laziest canned food kind of things you could possibly imagine, just like opened up and dumped into the steel trays just along the line or whatever. It was the worst food. And there was one kid there that we just made him eat the spiciest things we could find. That was just like our source of entertainment during lunch. Everybody would surround the same table, and he would just like down cups of jalapenos and stuff, which were really hot when you were 8.
Yeah.
But that's what I remember of that.
Cups of jalapenos. I bet he loved his life.
The real secret
He
to
was getting
cafeteria
lots of attention
food
at home, I'm sure.
Yeah,
is breakfast.
I
Because
always
we're like
heard that
French
from
toast sticks,
but
French toast sticks.
I was a privileged white child whose parents drove him to school every single day in a nice air conditioned car. So I was never at school. I never took the bus to school or did or had breakfast at school or anything like that.
Oh, I see.
So in football, practice is at 5:30 or 6 a.m. So you don't eat before practice because you will vomit.
Right. Makes sense.
So I would either take like a drinkable yogurt, which is the saddest breakfast in the entire world, or I would get school breakfast. And let me tell you, French toast sticks are dope.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's on the breakfast pizza. If you asked me to recreate the breakfast pizza from a cafeteria, I literally couldn't do it. But I remember it being amazing.
Okay, so I'm like realizing something that's a bit upsetting to me personally, which is that the four of us, I feel like we can sort of establish the kids that we were, right? So like
Probably,
Ricky was
yeah.
a jock. He decided to wake up at 4 a.m. to play football, like for some reason. And then you were that quiet kid that like drew all over his papers.
Yes.
Matt was the theater kid. And I'm sitting in the back putting straws on my forehead, trying to suck my brains out, trying to impress my friends with that little like llama dog thing you can do with your hands. And I'm realizing that like I was not the normal one now. Like I'm putting it together.
You were the weird kid in the back of the class.
I was the weird kid because I did like if you put your ring finger and your middle finger against your thumb, it looks like what could be described as a llama dog. And so we would all puppet the llama dog at each other in the back.
You didn't hear a word the teacher said ever, did you?
Why is this a llama dog? I'm sitting here looking at my hand doing this.
Because
it's just
Are you talking about a shadow puppet? Does a shadow need to be involved?
No, just your hand. Like,
is this like if you elongated the UT symbol?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just elongate the UT symbol. This is just a dog. There's nothing llama about this.
It's
this
the long snout, and the high ears, llama-ish.
The llamas have high ears. Llamas have high necks.
Llamas have high ears and high necks, right?
Llamas are voiced by David Spade.
Look, yes, this is only more applicable to the described thing that my hand is. I'm just saying. I didn't look at all of us. We've come so far, come together as friends in a podcast now, just to talk about our own experiences when we never could have done this. As we all sat in class with the other
I think we could have. I had friends.
Well, yeah, you're the theater kid. You accept literally everybody.
Yeah.
I was also in theater.
You would say that.
You were in theater, but you got up at 4 a.m. to go to football, so you were a jock. Like, no one else gets up at 4 a.m. to go to football.
Well, okay, it's worth noting,
sports.
too, me and Ricky came from the school that didn't actually have cliques developed yet. So, like,
yeah,
we definitely,
that's
fit these
true.
Archetypes in retrospect, but we weren't, like, part of these groups in any way.
That's so unfair.
We went to the weird Nickelodeon school where everybody has their own unique quirk. And
You did. You went to the Zoe 101 school. So upsetting.
I was about to sing the Zoe 101 theme song.
You can still do it. No one.
I don't know what the Zoe 101 theme
It's
song
just
is.
it's like the ooh ooh ooh. I know you see me standing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah,
jam.
that's the one.
Yeah, no, my school was just literal trash.
What is the plot of Zoe 101? Like, what actually happens in this show?
I think rich white kids go to a non-existent utopian school, boarding
One of the kids
school,
is
and
black.
have rich white problems.
What is the conflict? Like, what?
He's still a rich white
like,
kid.
He is.
Like Lizzie McGuire is going to
His
get
name is
bullied
Michael.
by the other girl,
Lizzie
and Gordo
McGuire.
is going to
Gordo.
like. There are conflicts in Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire is a complex character.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
that's
don't
true.
feel that from Zoe
I don't know.
101.
I don't remember there being conflict in Zoe
It was
101.
actually just like weird, absurdist, rich problems.
Right. It wasn't problems any normal human being
Like there
has.
was one where they all fought over like who was going to get the new coolest shiniest scooter because you took scooters to your classes because the
Oh,
campus was
yeah.
so like widespread and awesome
I
that
remember
like
on
you
one
had
of
to
them,
take like you had to win like a shiny sparkly red scooter when everyone else had like boring blue scooters. That was like a whole premise of one of the episodes.
there was one episode where the smart like techie girl student was like trying
Quinn.
to make her own operating system, like you do in high school.
Yeah, no, Quinn was super smart. I don't remember why anybody went to this school though. I don't remember what it was for.
I don't either.
I do remember all the characters. There was Quinn, and then there was Zoe, and then there was Chase and Michael and Logan.
And then there was the bully, the jerk bully jock character was basically the equivalent of like a TikTok e-boy,
yeah,
but like
he's so
but
mean,
like 15 years early.
he's so mean. But
Ooh.
boy, are his 15-year-old abs just like they're it. The fact that I said 15-year-old before anything else meant that I couldn't finish properly. So,
I assume most of high school now is just people making TikTok videos all day, though. That's all
I was talking to
Amazon.
someone that said that e-boy actually doesn't stand for electronic boy and electronic girl, but it's like the new form of emo, which I do not buy for a second.
oh,
I don't buy that for a
But
second.
that doesn't
E-boys
match-
are not
yeah.
emo.
Yeah.
No, bro, emo was it.
You guys ever watch iCarly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That show's theme song like set us up a fake precedent for what I thought the show was going to be. Like that show's theme song is like this rallying call of action of rebellion.
I
Yeah.
don't remember the theme song. How does it
It's
go?
the like wake up the members of my
Oh, yeah.
nation.
Oh my
it's
God,
your
you're right.
chance to be.
Yeah.
That's because that's what people thought internet celebrities were at the time.
at the time that's what they were. Probably.
I mean, we are, right?
yeah, definitely.
wow, us internet
Actually,
celebrities.
one of my favorite things is that like iCarly was and still is a pretty inaccurate description of what pretty much anybody's YouTube channel ever looked like, except for Rhett and Link, who actually just wholeheartedly became exactly iCarly's depiction of what a YouTube channel is.
I don't know why, but I had a real big problem with Miranda Cosgrove. Like a real big something about the
Yeah.
shape of her head made
Yeah,
me
it's her fucked up face.
stop.
Wow.
No. It was something about her just like made me so upset.
Wait,
I
is that
love
the main
show.
character? Is that
Yeah.
Megan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Um.
it's Carly.
Okay. I thought you were like talking about the blonde girl, and I was like, oh, I like that girl. That girl was the best part of iCarly.
Yeah, no, she was great, but it was just something about like so I had this problem with Miranda Cosgrove and I didn't know why until I watched the episode where she put 2 black olives, like whole black olives in her nose, but they just like fit. Like it wasn't a struggle. She could just like hold black olives. I'm done. I'm sorry. She could just like hold black olives in her nose, and I just remember being like really upset. Like 10-year-old me was just like pissed about.
Why is
this.
that? She has big nostrils. What's wrong with that?
It wasn't even about like it wasn't about being big nostrils. It was about like her capability to hold olives in her nose and her willingness to do it that made me just like quit. I don't know. That's all I can say. I can't put the emotional trauma together to make it make sense for why I was like this. But it just made me like so upset that she could do that.
I've always been real bummed that Crazy Steve, that's not his name, but the Crazy Steve never made it out of Nickelodeon and
Yeah.
into like other things. It's always
Did
like
he
that
not?
actor.
I mean,
I've never seen him in anything else.
He was in
We looked this up
iCarly, but then
once.
what did he
Right.
do after that?
No,
Nothing.
we looked this
Spencer.
up. He picks kids stuff. That's why he never had like a breakout role.
okay.
This guy
just still does
wants
kids
to do a
entertainment.
certain type of entertainment.
That's
He's
fair.
not
Was he
trying
in-
to be like a Brad Pitt or anything.
Was he in Clock Stoppers?
Such a
I don't know.
That's the Nickelodeon movie about the clocks that stop time.
No, I remember Clock Stoppers for sure. I definitely saw that.
I don't know if I watch Nickelodeon movies because Disney Channel originals were like happening. So
Brad Pitt is our parents' reference. Like it's not even our reference anymore.
Who's our reference then?
I don't know.
Okay, then it's Brad
Probably
Pitt.
Marvel people.
It's Timothy Chalamet.
No, that's
the one
below us.
We don't
Is Brad Pitt
exist.
not us.
I think you might be onto
Who
something.
do we have? We have to have someone.
It's Marvel character. It's Marvel actors.
No, we're in the middle.
No, that's a
okay.
Tony.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or one of the Chris's. Hemsworth. Fucking
Yeah, Chris. Whatever.
No,
who
that's not
cares?
the same
Pine.
because that's not the same because Brad Pitt is like known for doing every kind of role and being excessively talented and hot. And like I'm not saying these other boys aren't hot, but the skill. I still use Brad Pitt because he's he's done every type of genre you can possibly imagine.
He's 30 years older than everybody we're talking about. He's had a whole career to do all the rest of that.
He's also 30 years better. I mean, I'm not like a Brad Pitt stan or whatever, but like I just can't think of anybody from our generation that we could talk about like that.
millennial hot boys.
I've read your Brangelina fanfics.
Zachary Efron.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron's probably a good one, actually.
He doesn't do
He's done a
enough,
lot.
though. He just literally reappears every 5 years to reclaim his paycheck and then goes back away.
True.
That's how I want my celebrities to
But
exist.
that is
though.
like
Honestly,
the millennial
yeah.
dream, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, so Zac Efron started on High School Musical, right?
Yeah.
And then
He's breaking free, soaring.
Yeah, then
flying
he
even.
He moved on to a couple different things. Then he made it to the Greatest Showman, and then he did Baywatch, where he got a really bad.
Do Baywatch.
He was on
He was,
So this is
he was
really
in stuff before Greatest Showman.
Yeah, there was definitely something in between. There were
There
things
was.
in between High School Musical and Greatest Showman.
There
like,
definitely were. He's done some okay stuff.
like 13 again.
I was about to say,
Bro!
I was going to say he was in some wacky age movie, and I don't remember which one.
The one where they tried to convince us that as a teenager, Matthew Perry looked like Zac Efron.
Okay, so there's a lot of things I have to go back and reassess because I loved that movie, but now that I'm thinking about it, a grown man turns into a teenage boy and tries to win back his adult wife,
Oh yeah, it was
right?
super uncomfortable the whole time.
Oh, I'm uncomfy. No,
It's okay. Big was fine.
Big somehow like pulled it off.
Has Big aged well? I haven't seen it in a long time.
Big has aged perfectly fine.
It feels like
because
it hasn't.
okay.
But
Big is okay.
At no point is Tom Hanks ever horny.
right, but
and that's
is the
why
woman?
it's okay.
Because that's still not okay.
I don't think so. I think she like might kiss him and like tuck him in or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I'd have to see it again.
It's
I'm
not
not
that
I'm
bad.
not gonna give my thumbs up to it yet because I haven't seen it in a long time.
I will. I'll fall on that sword. Big is fine.
All right, fair enough.
Thank you, Matt.
I just don't remember being that big of a problem.
I don't remember it being that big of a problem either, but I was not watching it through 2020 lens.
There's other stuff that I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a problem there, but I don't know about Big.
I honestly don't remember.
I think I
would
watched
just
Big
have
in
to
the
go
last
watch it back
5 years, and I was like, I wasn't this woke, but I was like okay woke 5 years ago, enough to be like Big passes the creep test, I guess.
Somebody recently threw me a hot take. Was it one of you guys that was like, there's never been a good Spy Kids movie?
No, we would never.
That's
say
a
that.
terrible
Okay.
take.
That is
Yeah.
a terrible take,
Yeah,
right?
no, I don't,
Spy
none of us-
Kids is incredible.
nobody here agrees with that.
Okay, thank God. I was like, somebody recently was like, there's never been a good Spy Kids movie. And I'm like, you're wrong.
Well,
Spy Kids is its own genre.
Why
Comparing it to
it
other
is
movies
awful.
Wait. Why are we saying this like there's multiple Spy Kids movies? There's like 3, right?
There's
Yeah.
3, and then there's The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which is getting a sequel soon.
What?
Yeah.
Shark
Real
Boy and Lava
talk.
Girl
They're
is
working
my
on a-
favorite.
They're working on because Rodriguez is home with his kids again, and he's like, oh, well, I gotta do something for the kids.
Aren't his
Because
kids
that's the
like
whole
30
reason
now?
behind Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
These kids gotta be.
I mean,
like,
we
our
are,
age.
so yeah.
Like, he literally, that movie is written by Rodriguez's kids, and it shows.
Yeah.
And it shows. Also, that movie is like way more memeable than any Spy Kids ever was. That movie is absolutely unbelievably like an amazing ride. By the
Actually,
way.
yeah, I guess the appropriate response to whoever said that
Have
to
you
you
seen
is
it?
like, nobody ever said the Spy Kids movies were good. That's not why we enjoy them.
Whoa!
All right,
Whoa!
I will
whoa,
fight
whoa.
for Spy Kids 2 being really good.
I don't remember which one, but I loved Spy Kids. Spy
I did
Kids was
too.
rad.
I'm not gonna say they're
were
objectively good movies, but they're still. I mean, it was Spy Kids. It was great. It was
Spy Kids
They were
2 is
children
high
who
art.
were spies. What else did I need
I was
as a
Junie.
child?
Yeah, exactly. Junie was so relatable.
Is that the orange-haired kid?
There are two.
Yeah,
there's
his
the boy
hair
and the
was
girl.
orange.
We were boys, so the
Also,
boy was the relatable one.
The boy
obviously.
was like the doofy one that got everything wrong.
Yes.
Finally, Mexican heroes. Thank you, representation.
That was actually
Antonio Banderas is always top notch.
I'm pretty sure he had to fight for that too, right? Like I probably just saw this on like a Today I Learned thing or something, but I think I have heard before that the studio tried to fight him back on like having an entire cast, and he had to like switch studios a couple times to get it stick that way.
To have a
Didn't he
Hispanic
make his own
cast?
studio to make the movie? Because
He may have. That might be why Troublemaker Studios.
Troublemaker
exists,
Oh,
did not
wow.
exist beforehand, right?
that might be
Like,
what it was. It may have been that nobody wanted to do it, so he just went and made it his own.
Holy crap! Good for him, though. I never even thought about.
Thanks for coming to Partially Made Up Facts with Kyle.
I literally never thought about the fact that they were Hispanic, but they are, aren't they?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
Antonio Banderas as their dad. They're as Hispanic as you can get.
Except
There's,
for
like,
Carlo
jokes-
Gugino, the Italian stallion.
Who?
where?
Ooh.
Carla Gugino, the mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't
Antonio Banderas' genes definitely override anybody else's.
who's the actor that definitely was in the drug cartel business that was also in that movie and in Breaking Bad?
Machete
Or-
is
Yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny
Yeah.
Trejo. He's in those movies, right? He's like
Yeah.
the cool uncle. Or
He's
whatever?
their uncle, yeah.
Machete
Uncle
is
Machete.
is in
No.
canon the same character from Spy Kids and
Yeah.
from the movie Machete.
Wow, I've never actually seen that movie, but I'm
Machete.
feeling
It's
it.
awful.
So anyway, back to Shark Boy and Lava Girl, one of the greatest masterpieces.
Yeah, let's talk
of all
about good
time.
stuff now.
Yeah, please. Easily one of the best shows of all or movies of all time. Have you seen it, Carl?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
You're not just saying that, so I won't show it to you.
No, I've seen it.
Okay.
I am both.
I legit love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. The visuals, mwah.
Is it Taylor Lautner? Taylor Lautner aggressively
It
tells me to
is.
go to bed.
Yeah, he was a little punk kid.
I remember Taylor Lautner. I remember highly questionable VFX even at the time, and I remember George Lopez's even bigger than usual head.
This
Yes.
reminds me. Are we all in agreement that the best one of the best movies of all time is oh my god, what's the Christmas Story one with all the celebrities that get together and no, they don't all get together. It's the
Oh,
Hallmark Christmas movie
yeah,
where like,
the,
all the celebrities are in it and all their lives are intertwined.
why do you got to describe it in a weird way now? I can't
Oh my
remember.
gosh,
Now I
I'm
look like an idiot because I can't remember the
no.
name of this movie.
It's all the people.
Yeah,
Twas the night.
No, it's
the one that tells all the different like independent story. Love Actually.
Love Actually.
Why did you describe it as a Christmas movie? I mean, like, yeah, it is, but
It is
like,
a Christmas-
It
that's
did kinda
not the
throw it off a little
definer. You should not have defined it like that.
It is. It's,
I mean, it definitely is a
everyone's
Christmas
celebrating
movie. That's what it
Christmas.
Sure, for sure. It's
Okay.
more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard.
It's one. So one, it's the best Christmas movie, but two, it's also just like one of the best movies, right?
I think it definitely fits in with like it definitely fits up in the top of like the feel good movies category
I
for
wanna
sure.
watch it tonight. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
Like that movie as a rom-com. It's very
Oh.
good. But have you seen Crazy Rich Asians? I'm sorry, I love that
actually
movie.
haven't.
haven't
I
seen
still haven't
it.
seen that.
It's so good. It's such a good movie.
okay. But I was gonna talk about so the people who made Love Actually did like 3 other ones that no one liked, like New Year's Eve and
Oh right,
Like
I
a
forget
few
that.
other
there
Leap
was
Year.
several.
They made Leap Year.
like the old Leap Year, like the one with Amy
No.
Adams.
There's New Year's Eve and then there's Leap Year or Leap Day.
Oh my goodness.
They're all like the same sort of movie.
Well,
as
so they
Love
did
Actually.
one where they had Taylor Lautner and Taylor Swift in the movie as a couple.
Taylor
going
Taylor.
going by their actual names, like they were played themselves in it, but they were dating because they were also dating in real life, and they just joked about how they're
Okay.
both named Taylor. I don't know why this is something. I don't know why I brought this up. I just remember knowing
Because
that
that's the
happened.
podcast. How much time do we have left? Are we almost done?
We've got exactly 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Let's name the
So-
episode then, because that's
So,
helpful
all
for me
right.
for when editing.
Go
Matt.
ahead, Kyle.
Oh,
Well, it's Matt's first time, so let him learn.
No, I'm gonna have him do it. Trial
okay.
by fire. Matt, what we do at the end of each of these episodes is we name them at the end. We pick the name for the episode based on what we talked about. So what do you summarize this episode?
It's
You
just
know.
a school lunch, Spy Kid, Love Actually.
almost. He's got the spirit.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's one
That
word.
was all right.
You get a whole sentence, Matt.
Try to put more words in between.
Full school lunch. Oh, I'm losing it.
You're getting so close though. You're almost there.
Spy kids. Taylor Taylortner. Spy kids. Shark by shark. All right, I think shark lunch and lava.
Shark lunch and lava girl. I'm in.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
All right, we got there.
Shark lunch and lava girl. I think is summed up beautifully. Trial by fire, Kyle. You got what you deserve.
Yep.
All right. Well, good job, everybody. Is it over now? Or?
We did an episode.
Everybody.
Thanks everybody for coming back. Sorry that there was a big gap. Again, they were releasing automatically, and we forgot that we were supposed to do them. So there's like 2 months where they weren't happening.
Oops,
but we're
my
back.
bad.
They're coming out every other week again. So tune in 2 weeks, and we'll be back with more nonsense.
Thank you for having me, everybody. It was great.
Yeah.
Stick around,
be sure to follow me on Vine.